Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Question. How has everyone been feeling about the last couple episodes? I don't think that these episodes are the worst I've seen, but they can definitely be doing a lot better than what they're doing. They come across as very mundane. You get a little bit of drama, some sprinkles here or there, some red flags from Maxie as far as Austin, but in the end, what are they really doing? Yesterday, watching all four of the soaps, and I gave Days the win. Clearly, I took back that title today, but I gave him the win yesterday. I don't know what the hell Jace was doing. I don't know what Jace been doing for the last couple of days, weeks. Read in the comment section that somebody was like, "Man, I wish they had Peter back." And I know a lot of people, they weren't happy with his acting. They weren't happy with, I don't know, what he was doing to Maxie. They weren't happy with him in general. But here's the thing, though. Even when certain characters are on, I may not like them. If they're doing a lot, I may hate them, but I'd rather be mad at certain characters than be bored. In some ways, it's kind of feeling like Y&R. To some extent. Not exactly. But, an episode like this, sat there, looking at my notes, and I'm like, man, I'm really going to have to dig deep. Like I do with Y&R to try to find something out of this. In reality, it kind of sucked. Okay? Let's just be real about that for a minute. Start off with Maxie and Austin. So, Austin is having a tough time with Georgie. And, Maxie's like, just give her a chance. Spend more time with her. More time with the family. We'll be good. And, I guess Austin has this ticket, this brochure or whatever. Well, let's be honest, split splash, okay? I don't know what water park they want to call it. We're going to call it split splash. And, she wanted to make sure, like, was he ready for a full commitment? I think that's really important, but also, I mean, he knew what he was getting into when he decided to go out with you. So I don't really know why you're asking him this late in the game, but sure. He gets a phone call and he's like, what, listen, I got some stuff going back at home. I'm going to be gone a couple of days. And she made it seem like, are you just trying to avoid a weekend with us? She's like, no, I want to. And he convinced her. Sort of. He convinced her, sort of, that stuff is going on. And, it's not about the kids and stuff like that. So he leaves. Lucy comes in. And, Maxie is just like, the last time I didn't sit there and trust my instincts. Or my families. Or my friends. Or pretty much the people that knew me since I was, yay high. Peter. Not trying to go through another whole Peter drama. She's not there talking about that with Lucy. And Lucy really couldn't compare a situation because, at least with Martin, he was honest. But she feels like there's something off. Something sus about his timing. He gets a phone call and he just has to go, like, oh. So Sonny's not there telling Spencer to give up the person. This way you won't be, you won't be a sacrificial lamb. And again, I'm just like, Sonny, that really kind of goes against your code, which you stand for. But according to Michael, you've been breaking your codes for, I don't know how long it started. So why not break one more? But I'm still just like, bro, you're sitting there telling him to rat the people out who helped him. And at this point, it's like, yo, listen, it's 30 days. Don't get me wrong. Something can happen in the first 2 days that make 30 days seem like, well, hell. But I'm like, bro, don't do it. Don't do it. He's like, no, I'm not going to do it. Martin Gray comes in. Martin Gray gives him two options: 10 days in Penville or 90 days in Penville. And I'm not gonna lie, when I heard 90 days, I was like, that's three times more than what you do. That's twice as much. No, bro, that's more than you. Wow, that's a lot. But even with that being said, I was still like, no, 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 no. Do not do it. So even though Martin tried to convince him to do it, so this way he can only spend 10 days in jail, which is like, I'm not even going to go there with the politicals and things of that nature, but I'm like, it's 10 days, 90 days. I'm like, bro, take 90 days. He takes 90 days. He's like, you know what? Listen, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, and that's the end of that. I'm like, good. Good. Don't get me wrong. Okay? I can see how some people will crack under that type of pressure and be like, yo, you know? I'm just like, Victor can make your life a living hell if you rat on him and you betray his trust. He's not somebody you want to have as an enemy. Yeah. And again, it's just something about the whole ratting people out. That I'm not a fan of. I'm like, I don't want to go to jail, but I don't want to be a rat either. So, I guess jail it is. Like, good move, Spencer. So, Portia and Curtis about to head to the room to go wake up Odds, I guess that's his name. Rory's there. Jordan stops him like, yeah, listen, I don't know what you think you're gonna be doing, but it ain't happening. So they talk for a little bit, and then they go back into the conference room or wherever the hell that room is called. And at this point, Portia's like, listen, I'm gonna have to go in there by myself. Curtis like, no, 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 I got your back. Okay, Curtis, you're not a doctor. What do you think you're exactly gonna be doing in there? Let's just sit there and say he wasn't there. This dude codes or whatever. What are you gonna do? Sit there and help? So I don't understand why you're not there trying to fight. No, you can't go in this alone. Let me go in there with you. I was like, no, you're gonna be that way. No, no, let's not do that. And it made sense because at this point, Portia was like, I'm a doctor. He's not gonna stop. Meanwhile, you got Rory that's sitting there. I wouldn't sit there and say getting chewed out or whatever, but just Jordan wanted to make sure that his loyalty is to the badge and not Trina. And for some odd reason, he really didn't seem like he couldn't answer that fast enough. Like, he literally was just like, I'm like, bro, it's a simple question. Just say the badge. Just say the badge. Like, that's it. Like, what's the problem? Before I feel like Austin got cut off and he was talking about Britt and everything like that, it felt like Austin was going to be like, no, I think that he's still into Maxie. I mean, granted, everyone sees it. There was hints of it, I think, yesterday or the day before. It was one of those days. No, I think it was yesterday. But even Austin sees the attraction that um, Spinelli still has for Maxie. Um, I don't really know what to say about the Joss and Trina scene. I mean, they didn't really do too much of anything. You see Dex. Joss doesn't really sit there and give him, doesn't give Trina as far as like any reason, like, oh, because Dex at some point comes over and it's like, hey, just want to make sure everything is cool and, you're not going to say anything or whatever. Or just forget about yesterday. Now, Trina wants to know what's going on. And of course, Josh doesn't want to answer, so she switches the conversation to, her helping out Rory, entertain Trina as far as the Metrocross is concerned. So they talk about that for a little bit. And Sonny comes over to talk to Dax. Um, Also, I forgot to sit there and say the jury is, I guess, is close to reaching a decision, which is not going to be good. I just want to sit there and point that out now. I want to point that out. It is not going to be good. Okay, I'm saying there is 96% chance. I'm calling it right now that that jury. You know what? Screw it. 97% chance that that jury is going to sit there and find Trina guilty. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Because if you find, they found out that, Trina is guilty, people are going to tune in more. They're going to want to sit there and be more invested. I mean, they're going to be angry as hell. They're going to be pissed for obvious reasons and multiple reasons, but they're going to tune in to try to find out when is Trina going to be exonerated. So from a rating standpoint, it just makes more sense for her to be found guilty. It's not the outcome that anyone wants, and I'm pretty sure that's what the network is counting on. I just don't want people to be surprised and be like, what? Or whatever. I think the last time I was shocked that somebody went to jail was way back when Michael went to jail. Michael went to jail. It You felt the emotion of everyone in that room. Everyone in that room, hell, including the DA that was prosecuting her. Because she didn't even want that outcome. I don't think that she wanted that outcome. And she felt bad for him going to jail. So, this time I'm not going to be caught off guard. I know exactly what's going to happen. But yeah, at some point Sonny comes over, talks to Dex, because Dex is not there talking to Trina. Sonny comes over, and he's like, hey, listen, give Trina anything that she wants, drinks, whatever she wants, I got it. And she wants to sit there and he wants to talk to Joss. Joss has that bratty little attitude. And I'm just like, girl, get your damn ass up so you can sit there and talk to Sonny and get this over with. So Sonny's like, yo, listen, I want to make sure that we're still on the same page. And of course, Josh is like, oh, so to make sure you don't get in trouble. And Sonny's like, yeah, well, also to make sure that things go Trina's way. She had to sit there and she had to suck it up because, at the end of the day, Sonny was right. She was all like, oh, well, I'm not going to forgive you for what you did to my mom. And like, Josh, I'm not even knocking you for that. I'm not. But she does thank Sonny for helping out Trina. So I'm just like, you know what? Josh, today was a good day. Today was a good day because you didn't piss me off. She didn't also sit there, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, she didn't piss me off. So today was a good day. And I thought I was actually done, but I forgot to quickly talk about the scene with Lucy and Martin and the quote unquote unmentionables. And all I remember, one of the things that just really sticks out like a sore thumb is at the end of it, she's like, well, it's too bad because with everything going on, you won't be able to see my unmentionables. And I'm like, I don't know why, but I generally feel bad for Martin Gray. Vicariously, I just do. Um, but Martin is there telling her about Anna blackmailing him, about like spilling the beans to his ex-wives, which apparently the third one is crazy. I want to see his ex-wife, but he's like, yo, um, I don't know what to do. I don't want to double cross Valentine, but I don't want to sit there and lose money on taking care of my mother and stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, listen, I give him all the props in the world for sitting there taking care of his mother. Let's not sit there and try to act like you use all that damn money to sit there and take care of your ailing mother, okay? I'm pretty sure you probably use that stuff for other reasons. Um, my ex-wife's gonna sit there and come after me, and I'm just gonna try and take care of my poor mother. Okay, Martin. Oh, damn well that damn money's not going towards her. Not saying that the bulk of it isn't, but come on, bro. So Lucy's like, yeah, I don't really know what to tell you. If you're going to run, you have to do it by yourself because I got too much stuff going on at the reception. Sasha and finding a new face, which is hopefully pretty soon. Um, yeah, I think that's about it. Episodes like this, I will sit there and say it's very challenging because it requires me to find something good, or at least something entertaining to talk about. But I have two advantages. One, not to sit there and toot my own horn, but I think I've gotten a lot better at doing this than my first couple episodes in the beginning when I first used to sit there and do these reviews. And two, I generally love talking about this stuff. I generally love talking about these episodes, even if they're bad episodes. This episode just happened to be, I do wish for the days to come back when episodes were exciting to talk about. When it was just like must-see TV. Remember must-see TV? Remember what that felt like? I missed that feeling. Really missed that feeling. Hopefully, this will pick up at some point. Maybe, hopefully, please get better. Like I said, days was bad today, but so got a couple more days. Well, that's not true. Got into tomorrow. And for the most part, most of the episodes were pretty good. I will sit there and keep saying this. People are super bored of watching General Hospital. I watch all four of these shows. I would definitely sit there and say days. Because, yeah, today's episode wasn't really that great. Had some good moments. But, moreover, I found Days to be better at times than GH. Don't get me wrong. I love the characters on GH a little bit more. Except for certain characters. Certain characters on Days, yeah, they're great characters. They're amazing characters. My point is, I've been watching GH since high school. Okay? And maybe I might have been blind to it. My expectations may have been a little bit lower than they are now. But I vividly remember these episodes being really great. I compare this to a show, and I know some people may not watch it. But I compare this show to something like The Flash. And the last couple of seasons have just been awful. Just god awful. And it's been so bad that it just had me sit down one day and be like, was this show ever good? Ever? Because looking at it, I don't think this show was ever actually good. Now, I can't sit there and say the same thing with GH because I do remember it just being some hell of a moment, hella great moments. Hell, even when Cyrus was in town, when Peter was in town, we had Julian, Luke, fake Luke. The show was really good. And it's been lacking that for a while. You have scenes with Alexis and Gregory, and it's just like, why? Why? I know that she wanted to work with the actor for a while and blah, 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 blah. I don't care. Okay? Their scenes are annoying as hell. I don't know who actually... I know some people find those scenes really great, and bless your hearts. Doesn't work for me. Now, towards the end of the episode, and I did forget to talk about that, he did get a call. Well, I guess he got a call back, and he's going to be heading towards Pawtucket. Hopefully those scenes can actually be really good and really interesting. And it could be, here's the thing. I don't want just a couple of scenes that are good. I want the whole episode to be good. It means all the characters have to be somewhat interesting. Can't have any fillers. It's kind of weird saying that because that's kind of what they do best in most of these shows, but, you know, I want them to be better than what it is. Anyway, I think that's pretty much about it. Plus, the sun is highly at its tipping point, and when that happens, oh, I gotta sit there and get the shade, and that's just a whole other thing. So, plus we're at like 20 minutes now, and I think that's pretty much about it. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll see everyone in the next video.